Go check them out. But I guess right now we're going to have to part after for a quick commercial break.
Yep.
So we'll
be right back.
What?
The joy of Pepsi.
Alright, so we're back. We're now going to discuss movies currently coming up in theaters. Last month we plugged in Glorious Bastards. Fergie here ended up seeing it, so what did you think?
It was actually really amazing. I think it's probably Quentin Tarantino, for me, his best movie since Pulp Fiction.
Right on, I'm going to have to see it.
Yeah. Very gory, like you had said.
Nice, yeah.
It's very gory, very violent.
A lot of ooh-ah moments.
A lot of ooh-ah. The one thing is, I'll say about this movie, outside of Brad Pitt and maybe for some people Diane Kruger, most of the actors in this, Mike Myers too, but most of the actors in this you will not have seen or heard of because they're mostly German actors.
Okay.
Outside the Bastards, they're mostly German actors. So, but all of them do amazing jobs. The Quentin Tarantino's script, just his use of language, is awesome in this movie. Brad Pitt's awesome. And I was going to say, I'm going to throw a shout out to Christoph Waltz, who plays Colonel Hans Landa in the movie, the Jew hunter.
Okay.
He's incredible. No one has ever seen him. He's a German TV actor. He's amazing in this movie.
Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to see that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this month we are plugging the movie 9. Tim Burton, Robert Zemeckis, I think maybe too. Could be wrong, don't quote us on that. But anyway, 9 is pretty much takes place in a post-apocalyptic world with little Sackish type people. 9 is the main character in this movie. They pretty much, have to fight against the machines, wondering why the machines are trying to fight them. It's pretty much like Terminator meets Little Big Planet. It's kind of weird. At first I thought, when I saw the preview, I was like, this movie looks different, and then Coheed Cambria plays, and I kind of got pumped. So I'm really looking forward to see this movie. I hope I see it fairly soon, but yeah, I guess we'll quickly take a sneak peek at that. That movie looks really interesting.
It does look very interesting. Elijah Wood, some interesting actors.
Yeah, Crispin Glover.
Crispin Glover's in it.
There's a voice in it. I'm interested to see that.
It looks kind of interesting. Humans are gone, and all that's left. I'm kind of interested to see where the hell these little sock puppets came from.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It also gives me that bit that it might actually have a little bit more depth, like Wall-E did. So even though it did a little much talking in Wall-E, you didn't really need it, like you said.
Yeah.
So again, I still haven't seen Wall-E. I really do want to see it. But 9 it looks very different, a little more unique than the other stuff.
Yeah, it's got that dark Tim Burton feel to it.
Yeah.
Where, we've said this about a lot of Tim Burton's other movies who've come up in conversation. When he picks a particular subject, he kind of just envelops the colors that emote that. So if he's telling, like a lot of his stories are very dark, so he uses a lot of black and a lot of dark colors. Yeah. The only exception being maybe Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Alice in Wonderland is a little like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory-ish. Yeah. So.
It's got a lot of, like, when he uses color, he goes to an extreme and uses a lot of really, really bright colors. So yeah, all in all, 9 looks interesting. Go check it out. This will be airing this segment on the 13th, so it'll already be out in theaters. Go check it out. Looks very interesting. I hope I get a chance to see this one before it leaves theaters. Yeah. For sure. So I guess what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about, I guess it's my beef, my time for this beef this month. So, obviously, we're starting a new segment here on Mergy Movies. It's called The Beef. And this month, what I'm discussing, Fergie last time talked about casting agents. This time, I'm talking about Twilight. Not about the movie's, a critique about how the movie is, but just the fan base. So, I guess here I go. Alright, so my beef is not on the movie, like I said, itself. It's a beef on the fan base. Okay, people, this is ridiculous. Candace is a huge fan. I don't need to lie. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of something. I like superheroes. I like nerdy things too. But come on. I've seen people on the net crying after they've seen the trailer to New Moon. I've seen people like, oh my god, like, it's seriously, I mean, Robert Pattinson might be hot. Maybe. I don't know. I think he looks ugly. I'm sorry, people who like him. It's just,
It's just ridiculous. I mean, people are always like, why are they making such a big deal about this? You know why they are? Because it's so stupid, the fan base of this thing. It's like people just saw the new Citizen Kane movie or something, and it's like the greatest movie of all time. First of all, it's not the greatest movie of all time. It's not horrible. Okay, I saw it. I didn't mind it. The only thing I didn't like about it is that the vampires don't burst into flame. When they hit the sun, they glitter. Like Mariah Carey. So, you know, it's just... It's ridiculous. That you can take to whatever you want. I don't care. Everybody has their different take on vampires and other things. Like Smallville, for example, way different term of Superman. Still love the show. Okay? Now, when it comes to the fan base, people, I mean, like a movie to death if you like, but not like, oh my God, it's Robert Pattinson! Ah! It's ridiculous. And like, Kristen Stewart does it. Honestly, you know, most people are always like, they're always like looking for the girl, and it's like, oh, I'm looking for her this and this and a bikini, blah, 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 blah. This time it's Robert Pattinson, I want to see him in a thong. Even the guys are like this. It's ridiculous. Robert Pattinson, I'm sorry. I just don't find you that all attractive. It's ridiculous, people. Again, I'm going off key. The fan base of this thing is ridiculous. Even Harry Potter, huge franchise, is not getting this much attention as Twilight is. If you ever want to check something out, Kevin Smith talking about the new moon, Twilight New Moon, watch that. Because it's just ridiculous. Like, okay, I'll give you a sneak peek. What happens is Kristen Stewart falls off a bike or something, Jacob the werewolf, who's automatically buff and all like hot and sweaty and tanned. Now, I guess werewolves tan. And then, so what happened is, she cuts her knee, and what does he do? He takes his shirt. Here, let me help you. Like, he takes off his shirt. So apparently, all I got to do is when all anyone has to do is like when there's someone on the side of the road that's hurt, just rip off your shirt and that'll automatically solve the problem. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Okay, people, Twilight maybe not that, maybe a good movie for you or to other people, and maybe good books. People might just like the books and like the movie that is based on the books. But come on, people, you don't need to be this freaked out about a vampire movie. Come on. I mean, Gary Oldman's Dracula was one of the greatest vampire movies. Bela Lugosi. You don't see people like freaking out. Oh my God, it's Bela Lugosi! Yeah. You know, it's ridiculous. Even if he were still alive, I'd be like, hey man, it's cool. Let's hang out or something. But I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, it's Bela Lugosi. I want to see your shirt off. It's just ridiculous. Okay, and that's my beef. So, you know, it's just ridiculous. I mean, Twilight isn't a horrible movie.
It's like in a teenage obsessed girl fan base. It's harkened to like pop stars.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
It's like pop music on film.
Exactly. It's ridiculous how you know, that can happen. You know, that someone just freaks out and cries when the trailer comes on.
Oh my God, it touched me.
I mean, it's like, you know, when Michael Jackson, I can even see people crying at an Elvis or Michael Jackson concert. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I could see that. Even though I find it weird and stupid. But I mean, it's still obsessive. But I could still see that, a point from a movie that's, it's okay. I'd probably give it a 3.5 maybe, 0.5. But it's just ridiculous how bad a fan base it is. It makes it actually puts a negative spin on the movie.
If the fan base wasn't so anal about it, they would actually be interesting movies to a point.
Exactly. Like, you don't see people crying, like I said, over Citizen Kane. And that was one of the greatest movies of all time. It's just ridiculous. But oh well, what can you do, I guess?
I don't know.
Exactly. So, we're going to take one more commercial break here, so we'll be right back.
The night shift guy is a quiet individual when without caffeine. He mostly lives on a diet of caffeine, junk food, and boxes of Rolo ice cream. Watch him frolic through the woods.
And we're back. All right, now we're going to be discussing what we're showing next month, which will be for Halloween month. We will be showing spooky. Ooh,
that's Jaws. Is Jaws spooky?
It can be spooky.
I mean, I'd have the poop scared out of me if a shark came out of the water.
Giant shark.
You know what's funny? When someone swears, right? It's not as funny. But when someone says poop or duty, you laugh more. Because we have a couple people laughing off camera, which I recline to say when I said poop. It's just weird. Anyway, so.